Hey everyone, and welcome to After Hours. Tonight I have my special guest, my best friend cousin is on with us.
Back.
She is back. She's got a great tutorial tonight for you on crocheting a cute ear warmer headband thing.
Yes.
It is getting a little chilly here in Texas. You can see I'm in my hoodie.
A little chilly.
It's getting a little chilly. And she has a great fun project. She said these can be knocked out if you're pretty experienced in like what, 30 minutes?
30 minutes is how fast I did it.
That's
when
amazing.
I did it, yeah.
Okay, so show us what it is. I want to see it.
So this is said ear warmer.
That's so cute.
It is. It has the cute little front. So you know this is kind of like your front area. Super thick, so it is.
Is it one size fits all?
No.
No?
I do have measurements though.
No, it's not fitting.
No, it's not going to fit. If it's
I have
my
a crown.
noggin.
There you go. Super duper fun. And this pattern, this is a free pattern?
Kind of a pattern I made up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I got the
Tell me more.
measurements free.
Okay.
I saw it on like a free page about how like most adults, kids, babies, infants, head size, and you usually go smaller. So we kind of just did that math. But I saw the picture on Pinterest and I was like, oh, well, this is cute. And I like to think I'm a little bit experienced. So I kind of was just like, let's see what I can do to kind of like look at the picture and then make the pattern up in my head as well.
Okay, I'm super duper excited. Before we get started, please make sure you are subscribed to our channel. It's going to be right down at that bottom right-hand corner. After you click on that subscribe button, make sure that you click on the little bell so you can stay notified whenever we post all things here at Linda's.
Ding, ding.
Ding, ding. So the yarn that you're using is the yarn that we carry here at the store. This is the cover story yarn?
Yes,
okay.
And this is the color Waverly.
Waverly, okay.
Yes, it's one of my favorite colors. I also used it in a previous video to make the blanket. I just love the colors, the pastels, the greens, the pinks. It kind of just, for me, it fits everybody.
It just works.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to need you to make one. We have my favorite back here.
I'd say
this one is
this
my favorite. This one's Lincoln. And I just love the different colors. But
I always say avocado.
It looks like avocado. It does. But I like this. So there's so many different variations that you can take with this.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Which is super duper fun.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to go overhead, and I want you to take us through the process.
Absolutely. So we have our yarn, and we have our hook. I am using a 6mm hook. You can use 5.5 to 6.5, I would say, is a good measurement to keep it the same sizing that you want to be in. So first we're going to start with the slip knot. Got that bad boy. And we'll tighten them up a little bit so it sits on our hook. There we go. And then we will do the woman size. So for that one, an average woman size is 21 inches, so we are going to measure this until 19 inches. So we're not doing so much of...
We're not counting stitches so much.
Yeah,
here. Okay.
it's more of measuring.
Okay.
Now, there is a count that you can do that I have put in the pattern because I kind of measured them out to get it all going. But if you don't want to count, like I don't like to count all the time. I kind of like to just keep going.
Gonna go for it.
And go. And so I'll just do what I feel like is probably 19 inches, I believe. Yep, 19 inches. And I have a little handy dandy measuring tape that I actually keep on my keys.
Okay.
Because I'm a crocheter.
She is a hardcore crocheter. She stays with the measuring tape.
Yes, I do.
If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
Exactly. So like right now we have this. So I'm going to get the measuring tape and see where we are right now.
I love this.
So I'm probably measuring about 13.5 right now.
Okay.
So we'll do a couple more.
So this is a pattern that you're going off right now. This is something that you've wrote.
Yes.
Right, that we talked about earlier. So I'm going to link this in the description below if that's okay with you, cousin.
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to get you your first pattern out there. But this will be super easy because you've got those measurements and they're kind of those go-tos for people.
It helps so much more than just trying to figure it out, going up to the kid's head and just being like, come here, let me measure you. Alrighty, so we'll do a couple more. Yep, right about that 19. So once you have your full chain right here, we are going to slip stitch into the very first chain that we made. So the big thing here is making sure you don't twist and turn. You want to make it all the same. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay her out. Make sure there's no bumps or twists or anything.
Oh, no, that's smart, because I would have twisted that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's smart.
And so then you'll go through the first one. And this is called a slip stitch. It's not a single crochet. You'll pull yarn over, pull through that first bump, and then pull through that second bump. And that's how you connect it to make it a big circle.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so then from here, this is where we'll want a stitch marker.
Okay.
A stitch marker is something that just kind of lets you know where your first stitch is, where you're first going in.
Ah, so you're going to use a handy-dandy binding clip.
I
see that.
So
they are multi-use.
They are. They really are. Honestly, anything. I've also used safety pins, earrings. There's a lot of things you can use to mark your stitch. So since we're going to go in, we'll take that off. And now we're going to go into this first stitch with a half double crochet. So do a half double, you will yarn over, go through your loop, yarn over again, pull through that first one, yarn over, and pull through the 3. And that's a half double.
Oh.
So it's not a full double, because in a full double you go through 2 and then 2. This one, you're just going through 1.
So that stitch marker that you did with the binding clip, that was just to figure out where you needed to start?
Yes.
Okay.
And then so from here, I like to do 2 stitches, so in my head it goes 1, 2.
Mm-hmm.
So once I know I have my second stitch, I'll stop for a quick second, make sure that this is my 1, because sometimes it might seem a little confusing if you have your little connection right here.
Mm-hmm.
I like to just go in and mark that 1. I know that's 2. And then I'll just go all the way around now.
Cool.
So once we finish our last stitch, we come back to our stitch marker up here. And what we're going to do to make it connect is we're going to slip stitch into that very first half double crochet that we did. So all we're going to do is we'll go through it, yarn over, pull through, and pull through. Now we're all connected. You can't tell the difference.
So cute.
Yes. And so now we're going to try something new. We are going to do a single crochet, but only in the back loop. So if you can see, it looks like little V's going through here. That's 1 stitch. So that yellow is 1 stitch, that pink and blue is 1 stitch. We will only be going through the back side. We will not go through the whole thing. So we're back at our beginning point right here. And we are going to go through the back loop only. It might be hard on the very first one since we just pulled a slip stitch through it, so you might have to use the hook part of your crochet hook to get in there again.
Oh, that's a great tip.
Yes, so that's why it's called a hook, is what every crocheter will say, is so that you can actually hook back in there. Back side, we'll slide through there, pull through, and single crochet. Go through the back, yarn over, pull through, and yarn over, pull through 2. And you will just do this the entire way for this 3rd row. So sometimes I make oopsies as well, and I never marked my first stitch when we started the new row. Yes, I know. And sometimes that happens. I always recommend, like I said, once you get to that second one, just be like, ooh, let me mark that first one so I have it marked and I don't forget my spot. Luckily with this pattern, it bumps up, so you could kind of tell the difference from when it was on the first row to the second row. That's just luckily with this pattern. Some patterns are not that easy. I've had to fish or frog an entire circle before.
Oh, no.
So highly recommend using the stitch markers and remembering to do so. But what we're going to do here now is we finished our single crochets in the back loop. Now I kind of want to show you what that created. It kind of created this little bump you see here on the inside, and you don't see that on the outside. The outside is flat, but the inside has that one loop that we did not crochet into popping out. And so for me, that kind of just adds the extra grip that you need to have it stay on your ears or your head instead of having it be smooth and slide right off or anything like that. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to that half double crochet. So we'll slip stitch back into that first one and pull through. Make sure it's all connected, even. And then we are going to do another half double crochet, and we'll go through the full loop this time. So before we do that, yarn over, go through, yarn over again, pull through, and then do all three. Now, yarn over, push through, pull up, yarn over, go through three. This is our second one. Go back and mark. And now we're going back into our last stitch for this row. And we'll take our first stitch marker off. And then we will go ahead and slip stitch through this one. So push through, yarn over, pull through, and pull through. Now this next row, we are going to go back to the single crochet in the back loop only to build another little bridge on the inside of the ear warmer. Alrighty, we're making it back around to the first spot. Just move that over a little bit to get more access to this last stitch. And same thing like we've been doing, we're gonna go into that first stitch and do a slip stitch. So yarn over, pull through, and pull through. All connected now. And then again, we're gonna do another row of the half double crochet through the full stitch. So yarn over, pull, push through the first stitch, pull through, yarn over, go through all three. And always make sure to get your stitch marker. We are going into our last stitch. And then we will do what we always do. Slip stitch into that first one. So it's all connected. And so this is what she's looking like.
Cute.
Yeah. And then on the inside, like I was trying to, you see those little bumps out there. So that's kind of what grips it to your head to keep it all fastened and nice on.
Cool.
So it doesn't slip around if the wind is blowing too hard or whatnot. So our next step is going to make that cute little front area. So we're not going to fasten off. We're going to keep her right here. And we're just going to chain 25. So we're just going to count to 25 chains like we usually do in the beginning. Alrighty, so we got our 25. And then I am just going to slip stitch into this last one. And then we're going to get our nice scissors. And we'll
Tell
cut
me where
them
to cut. Right
anywhere
here?
you want. Yep.
Look at me, I'm a good assistant.
Yes, you are. And we'll pull it through all the way so it creates that knot. So that chain's not going anywhere. You don't have to worry about it unraveling or anything. That knot kept it in place right there. And so now what we're gonna do is, I like to crunch her up a little bit, make sure it looks cute and whatnot. So I'll probably pull it in to the inside. And then this one that we just did, you can stuff your little tail in there. And you're just gonna go around. You'll go around about 3 times. That should bring it right back to the back. And so now we have that cute little front area. And then we'll flip her so we can see the back side. And what I honestly did was just weave this through this whole thing right here.
Okay.
So I kind of just push the string through. If you want to, you can also use your hook. Go in through all of it, yarn over, pull it right through. Do it a couple times just to make sure it's super secure. Ooh, we got a little bit of the other one. That's fine too. And then I kind of just make somewhat of a knot deal. You just really need a way to secure it. So once you get that all nice and secured, sometimes with that old tail that's hanging out, I'll tie those 2 together.
Extra secure. She's not going
Extra
anywhere.
secure. And then from there, since this is the back side, we can just cut those little tails off. You want to do the honors?
I will.
Perfect. I like to just make sure there's, you know, a little bit left in case you need to tighten or anything.
Oh my gosh.
And she's good.
That's so cute.
Isn't it? I like to just, you know, come through, correct a little bit, make sure she's all nice and looking even.
I think what's cool about it is these are your 2 examples. You just did this one, but this is your other example, and
Look how
they
different
they look different. You know what I mean? Like that one has a different bow. This pink is more predominant
I was
here. Where
going to
this
say,
is more
I feel like I
green
see more
predominant.
green
Yeah.
and blue in this one. This one's definitely more pink and
Yeah.
whatnot. So there's definitely the difference that you can tell with the variegated yarn. It'll change it up
Gonna be
depending on
whatever
which
you want it
part
to
you
be.
use.
Fantastic. Well, cousin, thank you so much for
Of
being with us today.
course. I love
absolutely
being
love
here.
these. These are cute. These are going to be great gifts.
I know.
Good gifts.
White elephant.
Sold. Well, I mean,
I'll make one your size.
okay, thank you. And then I'll
We'll get your colors
and
too.
then we'll number it, and then I can win that one.
That one.
Okay,
only.
that's how White Elephant's going to work here. Alrighty, well, thank you all so much for joining us here at After Hours. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.